welcome back to Sundays in the Garden. If you're new here, my name is Sarah, and on this channel I share all of the things I get up to in my English cottage garden in the United Kingdom. Today is going to be a Sunday gardening vlog with all the things I've got to get done today. Next week I've got a garden jobs for December coming up, so if that's something that you'd be interested in, please consider subscribing so you get notified when that one comes out. Today I'm getting some broad beans in the ground, some more bulbs in the ground, clearing some dahlias I still haven't cut back, and other gardening jobs. So let's get started. It's a really cold one here today with lots of ice about. My first job today is planting some broad beans, so I've uncovered one of my beds and I'm raking it over. The first variety I'm putting in are these Unwin's Red Epicure variety, which are a really dark red colour both as seed and when they grow. I'm just using an old wooden spoon here to make a hole 5 centimetres deep, and then I'm going to make the additional holes 10 centimetres apart from the one before. So 10 centimetre spacing, 5 centimetres deep. Then just pop the seeds in and cover up. The second variety are also Unwin's Dahlia'S Exhibition, which are green when they grow, but the seeds are a pale pinky red colour. After watering well, it's on to cutting back the dahlias. I know I'm quite late to the party on this one. I've cut back one of my dahlias already, which I posted about in a previous video, but they've been giving such beautiful blooms. That one's still just turning over now, but they have been looking so lovely, so I haven't wanted to cut them back until now. First, I remove the cane that's been supporting the plant, and then I am going to cut back all of the foliage at the top to leave about 3, 4, maybe 5 inches of stem sticking out from the soil. Probably the most important part of this job is to label the varieties that you've got so that you can tie this to the stem and make sure you know which one you're planting again next year. Rather than writing the full name out, I'm putting the colour of the plant and the height of the plant so that I know which ones I'm planting again next year. I'm growing my dahlias in pots because our garden is quite shaded, and the only area that gets the majority of the sun is either the veggie patch, which I could put some dahlias in, or the patio area down the front here. So they've been grown in pots this year and done really, really well. Time for a cuppa. Feeling refreshed, it's back outside to clear the soil off of the dahlias. The root system on this one is amazing. Love seeing how much growth these tubers have put on in their first year. Now, not forgetting the really important task of labelling the plants so I know which one is which. Then I just take this tray here and place the plant in it upside down to allow any excess water to drain from the stems before storage. Once these are fully dried out, I'm going to store them in some dry compost, cover them and keep them safe until the next growing season. My final job today is a bulb Lasagne, 30cm pot filled with grit and compost, and then I'm putting some tulips into the soil, about 20cm from the bottom. I am then covering with grit and compost. Then I take some daffodil bulbs, which are going to be planted above the tulip bulbs. It doesn't matter if they're planted above, the tulips will find their way through, and all of these bulbs should flower at different times. I cover the daffodil bulbs with some more compost and grit. Just enough to cover the bulbs. And then I pop in some crocus bulbs, these lovely purple variety, on the top, and these should be the first to flower. They're actually starting to sprout already, so I'm hoping they're not going to come up too soon. And then cover them with some compost. And finally, I'm going to top the pot with some potting grit to keep them nice and safe. Then I pop the pot in a nice sheltered location and wait for spring. And we finish the day at our local Christmas light switch on.